Hello friends, Kuyan here, and today I'm going to react on ShoeOnHead, our girl, again with some very interesting videos. I heard this type of like drama going on the internet, so that's when it comes to like these type of weird dramas when it comes to like ShoeOnHead. There's actually like a lot of like other content creators that I actually watch that also like have this type of drama and stuff, so it's actually very interesting. I don't know like which of them like are more interested to, because there's a lot like Ass on Gold and like my favorite like Panos YouTubers and stuff. They also like cover news nowadays, so yeah, there's like a lot of very interesting stuff that's going on in the internet. So I would actually be interested if there are even other other content creators that have been going on like sharing their thoughts and commentary when it comes to like these type of drama. Without further ado friends, hopefully you can leave a subscribe to my YouTube videos, and yeah, let's get right into the video.
Your eggs are drying up. If you're a woman online, you have probably heard that many times. Perhaps this image haunts you at night. It is a true fact that women's fertility begins to decline at age 30, wake up and get what we call baby fever. But what about the men? Do their sperms rot? Do their balls shrivel up into little raisins and die? Do they wake up one day and get baby fever? Do men have a biological clock in the same way women do? I've briefly joked about this in videos before. In fact, a clip of mine from a video I did a few months ago actually went viral recently thanks to the VTuber Smugalana.
Ah, yes, the male biological clock. It's not physical, but spiritual.
Men will deny this, but they absolutely have a biological clock. It may not hit in your teens or your 20s, but one day you're going to have a dream. You have a little daughter making pancakes with your wife in the morning, and you're not going to be able to get it out of your head.
Oh my God.
And the comments were full of men discussing their dreams to start a family. There is not much discussion about men's.
I think the thing that actually like our biological clock for a man is not like having like children and stuff. I think having not even having those to begin with, like we're getting older, we're going to die someday, and like not even have the opportunity to see your a family. You didn't even create a family. That's actually very scary. Rather than like for a woman, like I think for a woman it is unfortunate that they degrade over time, especially at an early age, like age 30 for some reason. It's actually pretty early than I thought it would be. And for a man in this case, I think the common age for men to die in the past is like age 30, but now it's increased to age 80, but there's also a case that you can never like find love ever again after the age of like I guess 30 or 50, then and your chances of dying is actually increases too. So you never even have a family to begin with, and you're grappling this existential stuff that you're going to die someday, which is actually very sad.
Children, like many things, it's not.
Even today, like I'm also still single, and I'm just like going along with the, life. Hopefully, I can find like some friends to hang out with, some friend girls, so that maybe someday I can like. Maybe one of them, will fall in love with me. Maybe I don't know. I can force life to fall in love with me. Look at me, I'm fucking ugly.
Talk about publicly. That was until a certain video game came out.
Just, what are you?
I am DI-03367, a state-of-the-art pragmatic created here at the Cradle. I possess basic life-saving...
How about we call you Diana?
Diana?
Pragmata is a sci-fi action game where you play as astronaut Hugh Williams, who is sent to investigate an abandoned moon base. He meets a childlike android named Diana, and they team up to survive and escape the space station.
Aww.
Along the way, they uncover what went wrong and defeat the bad guys, all while forming a strong emotional bond.
I think I always loved the Last of Us father-daughter bond relationship. I don't know about the story about Pragmata, but yeah, like Last of Us story, holy shit, that's just so sad, man. So she's so adorable. Like you just like love to carry her, maybe watch the sunset or something. So yeah.
I'm counting on you, kiddo.
But it seems to have awakened something deep within gamers, especially male gamers. The urge to get married and have kids.
There's actually like a Twitter post like this that is actually very very sad, man. Like there was like a guy who played the game like this, but he actually like reminiscent of like the game from the I don't know, this Android and stuff, like the girl stuff. He actually reminiscent about it because he lost a daughter once, like a 7-year-old daughter. That's actually pretty heartbroken, man. Like this game like reminded about her, and it's actually very sad. to like see that type of post on my Twitter, man. Even though like a lot of wholesome stuff that I've seen, like man, I feel sorry for the guy. But yeah, that's very sad. It's still like kind of like haunts me in a way. But yeah, second for I actually like care a lot about like people when it comes to like playing this type of games, you know, and that they have like an emotional connection and like help reminiscent for them or hopefully cope with, you know, life going through life. It's actually pretty sad.
getting married and having kids, but damn, this game is like fatherhood calling to me. Is this how women feel about their biological clocks? This game makes me want a daughter. What is this feeling inside me? It can't be. It's like, I want to protect. It's like, I want to be a dad. They won me over. The white baby makes me feel paternal. I will burn anyone and anything that tries to harm her. This game is dragging out the innate dad instinct. I want to like Pragmata, but I can't, knowing that men are also enjoying it. This is a game for incels.
Yeah, I think I think for male biological clock is more existential that you're going to die and not even having a family to begin with. But for women, it's like they've been degraded like at pretty much early stage in their life, you know, like they become unfortunate, like people are gonna step aside for them once they reach a certain type of age, which is kind of unfortunate. And not only that, the biological clock is also like very understanding because, you know, but biologically, like women giving birth is actually the most dangerous thing for a woman to have, or like the most dangerous event that they can ever like do.
Babe, wake up! It's time for your yearly gamer culture war slap! It's 2014 forever, man. We are never going to escape Mr. Gamergate's wild ride. In this video, we are going to discuss the facts and theories behind the so-called male biological clock, after we discuss the drama surrounding the game Pragmata, and how a bunch of men expressing a simple, wholesome desire, the desire to start a family, has turned into yet another culture war. Yet another gender war. The gender war. Men versus women, women versus men, the male loneliness epidemic, the
I wonder where this all happens, you know, where this all started.
female loneliness epidemic, dealing with dating apps, hookup culture. Do men like curvy or thin women? Do women like dad bods or fit men? Do they like beards or clean shaven? Oh yeah, that reminds
Oh man, this is an ad. Oh come on. But she does know like what her audience is, you know.
me this video, and thank you, the viewer, for not skipping the ad. Right? Now, let's get back to the video. Throughout history, there have been countless stories centered around a very specific dynamic: the adult protector and a child. You see it everywhere. In video games, they call it a dad simulator. The Walking Dead, The Last of Us, God of War, Detroit Become Human, BioShock, Life is Strange. Also movies like Logan, True Grit, in a way, Monsters Inc. Shows like The Mandalorian. Literature has done it forever with The Road, Les Miserables, and many, many others. It shows up time and time again because it taps into something deeply human. The instinct to protect, to guide, to teach, to nurture something more vulnerable
To grow, to even share ideas and stuff to inspire other peoples in the next generation, you know.
than yourself. It is a beautiful and powerful story that has been told for centuries. And you're like really weird and an incel for enjoying it, actually. Incel game. If you buy this game, I'm gonna assume you are a pedophile. I feel like it's a breach of ethics at this point to design child characters for an audience of majority male gamers. Like, let's stop with the defenseless girl the big strong man has to protect. This reeks of sexism and control. I hate these father simulator games. They always give me the creeps. This is low Kirken.
I always like kind of doubt like these type of women, you know, have daddy problems or daddy issues and stuff. I actually want to understand if they have those type of things.
Genuinely fascist
Comment below if you have a daddy issue.
gives me pedo vibes. Wouldn't it be cool if I sneezed right now? Fascist propaganda. If this is fascist propaganda, slap me and call me Adolf. Zoomer women really look at a wholesome game involving a child and wait, what the f is low Kirkenuinly? After hearing about toxic masculinity for the past like 15 years now, finally a topic comes up where it's overwhelmingly positive masculinity. And what is the response? I think the funniest thing about the Pragmata controversy is that those incels genuinely think they could ever get near enough to a woman to impregnate one. It's not nuanced. Pragmata is blatant pedophilia catered to male gooner gamers. Why are people thinking this is sexual or makes you a pet? Because men are notorious for being peds and disgusting humans, they sexualize everything. You are not very smart. A lot of loser males who often turn to gaming are pedos. It is an unconscious strategy to avoid competing with chat, as well as complementing their own pure attorneyness. Stalled development. What? Y'all are full of
Oh, she doesn't know about pure Aturnus. If you don't know, friends, pure Aturnus is usually like having this, like, I think I kind of feel like a pure Aturnus, but usually when you're a pure Aturnus, you have this like instinct, and you even have the mind. You can do everything. Like you can play a game, you can win a game, you can play like Dark Souls and stuff, like the hardest game, like mega brutal stuff. You can win that. You can do everything, man. Like you can even like just do the job that you've been doing. Then you can be extremely consistent, but you're failing in life, which is actually kind of unfortunate. Like you've been so successful in things that you're passionate about, but you're failing in life, which is actually very sad because you have the potential, but you don't have this like ways for you to growth, unfortunately, which I kind of do feel like I am part of that too. Like I maybe kind of part of a pure Aturnus and stuff. It's actually very interesting.
dad instincts and whatever. We know why the f you want to play the game. You want to crack the little blonde bimbo slut. What? This character design creeps
It's kind of weird. Like I actually feel weird about these women, you know, like they have this type of weird suggestions and stuff.
me out. Why does she look like a doll? Why is this blonde child with a blowout running around barefoot?
What? What?
Play the game. Is this expanded on in the plot? Or is this just eye candy for creeps? I feel like I'm going insane. She just looks like a cute kid to me. Like,
Yeah,
that is just
it's just-
literally a cute little kid. I do not see the sexualization, and I am a huge pervert, mind you. I do not see what the f these people are talking about. Are there creepy people on the internet who are sexualizing Diana? Yes, absolutely yes.
Yeah.
It is a small minority, but it is still disgusting. In fact, a subreddit had to be shut down because people were making not safe for work art of this child, which honestly is not shocking. It's Reddit. That's not the game's fault. The game has nothing creepy in it. These creepy people will always exist, unfortunately. I have made several videos about these people existing. People getting mad here are not getting mad at the people sexualizing Diana. That would be completely understandable. It would make sense if they were going to the accounts that were doing that and calling them creeps, but no. They're for some reason just getting mad at people liking and enjoying the game. They're just spurging out and randomly calling everyone and anyone incels. Why did they make her look like a porn star, though? Why is the child sexy? Are you okay? These Twitter freaks see a child, immediately sexualize them, and think everyone else is as creepy as they are. Like, no, bitch, that's you. And Reddit. You and Reddit. There is nothing in this video game that caters to the freaks except for
Or Twitter, you know, Twitter is also a cesspool sometimes. Well, sometimes because my Twitter timeline is practically wholesome and stuff, and there's like a lot of mirrors. I don't know why. Like I always like all the posts that are like very wholesome and positive stuff, and I guess the algorithm likes to feed me that. It's actually very cool. Like I love my Twitter algo. Sometimes there's also like very weird news and stuff. So yeah.
Diana is a child. Compare that to like Cuties, where there were up closes of real children twerking. That is media. That is catering to those people. An article recently came out from the outlet The Gamer that in the beginning talks about what happened on the Reddit and how disgusting some people are being towards the character Diana. Okay.
I kind of thought I thought Pragmata of a game is like made by the one who makes like Metal Gear Solid and stuff. It's kind of interesting like how closer the graphics are. So I was actually kind of like familiarized about it. There's also like a game about like carrying packages and stuff. I actually forgot what the name of that game. There's also like a baby there, like he tries to carry and stuff too, you know, like that type of game. I actually like forgot the name of that game. So yeah.
But then towards the end, the author throws in something very telling. I have not yet played Pragmata, and that's because I'm a little tapped out on stories where men adopt daughter-like figures and prove their masculinity by protecting them. That is their real problem. Men protecting people. That's just them proving their masculinity. And as we all know,
It is kind of crazy like how ShoeOnHead is so normal. Like a lot of these like Twitter and stuff, you know, but I'm pretty sure she's just the, you know, the majority of women. Those like women who are from Twitter are just like minority of an echo chamber of, a culture that has been propagated by a lot of like these type of, minority of women. But I'm pretty sure majority of women are like ShoeOnHead, like they just like think just men are cute and that's kind of wholesome for them to like take care, children.
Masculinity bad.
Blatantly not fuel, whether you agree with it or not. The average attraction trope on a little girl. Blonde, blue eyes.
I mean, the whole game is low-key Nazi propaganda, to be fair. I think the men who play this are probably creepy, but how is it Nazi propaganda? Blonde, blue-eyed toddler and tiaras looking white girl you have to save is literally Nazi propaganda straight out of the
Also, I don't get like why a lot of these like, criticizers, I guess, always like very fascinated about Nazism and like fascism and stuff. So yeah.
I don't see it. Ugh, I really don't have the energy to deal with this. Just use your brain.
No, no, you should explain to me. You should you should be the one who use your brain to explain it to me because I'm not understanding any of this shit. I don't know what the connection is. I don't know what like source you're using. I don't know where the dots are you horoscoping the constellation of the stars to mean like, oh yeah, Nazi.
The energy to explain my schizophrenic paranoid delusion. Good. I don't have the energy to listen to it. Listen, I know we're all used to seeing gay, black, Hispanic, disabled furries in media lately, but I promise you, white people still exist. It's not Nazi propaganda. I feel like this girl character is an objectification of the idealized child. She's pulled right from the patriarchal white supremacist imagination, the perfect pure white girl child that must be protected so she can produce the next white generation.
From online prostitutes. That's so beautiful. I love the transition too.
Funny how y'all have paternal instinct. Anyway, funny how y'all have paternal instincts for a child with a model woman's face plastered on it. Make her look like an actual kid with missing teeth, short hair, bare face, snot, and see if those instincts kick in the same. This game is openly catering to pedos. The gaslighting is over. Wait, I'm trying to follow the logic here. Let me just give myself some brain damage.
Brain damage.
So we make her look more like a child in order to not cater to pedophiles? Am I following that correctly? Also, the face on the left is like a child 6 to 7 years old, and the one on the right is like a 3-year-old. Diana is a robot kid. She's not a robot toddler. Also, again, she looks like
So I don't understand like the story. Why is she like, a child? Like why is she designed to be like a child as like a robot and stuff? But it is very interesting for the story to have that like very interesting conflict and like hook of the story, like you don't know who she even is, where she came from, who made her. It's actually very interesting.
Am I going insane? Like, that looks just like a little kid. Do they just want her to look ugly? Is that what this is? They want her to be ugly? Like, I need more brain damage. Hold on. Weeb incel gamers LARPing saying, ooh, I want to be a dad now, because they're manipulative, creepy freaks and like the ooh little girl with the model face, especially the lolicons, obviously. The devs know the male gamers hate a realistic or ugly child, because that's not what they're—
It would be great to tell that type of stories, to have like, have a family-based oriented like story and theming and stuff. Like I would actually love to read that. I actually don't know any type of books that are like family oriented and stuff. Or well, there's a lot of movies about it, like families traveling. There's always like a lot of traveling and stuff. But like, families and stuff. I think the best is like the Sunshine. I think it was like Sunshine movie. That's actually a very cool movie too, about like a family trying to travel, going to like this, I guess, dancing competition and stuff. So it's actually pretty cool. I would actually love to watch that movie someday in the future. But yeah, it's actually very interesting if there are like other like media or books and stuff, or even video games about like family based theme and stuff.
If they made her look—
But I'm pretty sure a majority of the games are also just action oriented and stuff, so it's actually hard to connect those two. So unless you know The Last of Us and stuff, that's probably the closest thing I ever seen of a story that is like family based like stuff.
stick ugly
ugly child, none of them would be saying this.
First of all, why are they acting like it's realistic to portray children as ugly and disgusting? Children are not ugly and disgusting. Like,
Yeah.
they're cute and adorable. That's what they're known for. Like, yes, she's made to look cute. Yes. That's how you know this game was not made by Western video game developers. That's how you know there was
Oh,
no Liliths on the dev team here.
You guys would lose your shit while playing Bioshock. Actually, Bioshock is a really good example of this design working right. The little sisters are all gross and have gray-green skin.
No, you don't understand. Everything around me must be ugly as or I will furiously start masturbating. This all sounds like 2014 discourse because it is 2014 discourse. Please don't let there be Gamergate 2.0. Who's going to be the ShoeOnHead 2.0 to emerge from the Gamergate 2.0? If she's listening now, just, this might sound very vague, but don't. That thing? Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
You. Thanks for talking to me all the time. Ta-da!
Is this
oh.
supposed to be when we first boarded the tram?
Uh-huh. I drew it. It's for you.
Look at that.
Oh
You're
man.
your name.
I kind of feel like she's going to die someday. I feel like that, man, and my heart is like aching and stuff. I feel it. So I'm pretty sure she's gonna be alright. I hope. I hope. I didn't play the game, so I am not a gamer too. I only have a laptop, so unfortunately.
Not half bad, kiddo.
This robot girl makes me uncomfortable, and the fact that I haven't seen female gamers fawn over her is interesting. I've seen more clips of her and that man, and that is not how kids behave. Something weird is going on here.
The something weird going on here is you, ma'am.
Yeah.
You are the something weird. Men like the father simulator game where you have to protect a small child and shoot up a bunch of robots in space? Suspicious! Also, I have seen plenty of female gamers fawn over this character.
Me. Yeah. Okay. Everything's blah here.
Who would win? Decades of anti-natalist propaganda? One little bean. There were even
Wait.
who would win? Decades of
Want to fight climate change? Have fewer children. Interesting. That's actually a very interesting propaganda and stuff.
propaganda? One little bean. There were even women cosplaying as her. And when women even expressed how cute they thought Diana was, they're also met with this.
Oh my god, Diana is so precious and adorable. I'm gonna love this game. Thanks for telling everyone why you want to play the game, before you make up some other excuse to hide your pedophilia.
What?
You can't win. You can't win in this world, man. You can't win on. Well, not in this world, because I'm pretty sure majority of the world is not, by this, like, I guess, opinion and stuff. This is only like the internet. You can't win on the internet.
I like it just as much as crayons. I like how the sand feels on my toes. I press down and sink in. Children don't act like this. This is how someone who fetishizes fatherhood wants children to behave. To normal people, it's actually deeply off-putting.
The best part was all the actual parents, like, replying to these people, like, yeah, no, that is literally how my 5-year-old acts. It's like, yeah, no, that's pretty accurate. Fetishizing you mean the human desire to procreate?
The interesting about children too, like I've heard like stories about like very funny and stuff. It's like, oh my god, look at this like shell. This shell is a very important shell, and I want you to have it, and it's a very beautiful stuff. It's like they always over explain some things, like they over explain some things that they love and stuff. It's like it's very adorable. Like like a lot of stories about like a fucking seashell that they just found on the beach. They have like very interesting magical powers and stuff. But if you are like if you are a very compassionate person, like, or especially like a father and stuff, like, you engage with your child and stuff, and like, oh, like maybe there is like magical powers and that stuff. You play with their imagination and stuff and engage with them, It's like pretty fun and cool. Like you can like, I guess, play this like role play in their world, to be like their knight in shining armor and stuff.
Oh, you want to meet a woman and settle down and have a family? Maybe have a house, 2 dogs? You sick fuck.
We've reached radioactive levels of incel propaganda.
Either that, or there's like I guess incel mindset propaganda has been propagated with the women's this type of like women. I don't know what to call these type of stuff, but I guess like incel base opinions and stuff where they actually thought that men are very toxic. I guess the toxic masculinity based, I guess, mindset for women. I guess, well, not women in general. These type of like heathens stuff. But yeah, women in general, I'm pretty sure they don't have like this type of like beliefs and stuff.
What the f does incel mean anymore? I feel like I ask this in every single video. This tweet got thousands of likes. I feel like I am going insane. Where does the incel part come from? Like, they want men to be open about their emotions, and then men are open about their emotions, and then they're just called Nazis or incels or both. Usually both. It's usually a package deal. And this tweet came from a man, to make things worse. A grown-ass man saw another grown-ass man speaking about the normal human desire to want a family and want children one day, and called him an incel. Cockroach behavior.
In any case, what is this? Capcom's Pragmata. Wait, did it come out already? Pragmata, it's making thousands of people suddenly want to start a family. You play as Hugh, a soldier, stranded on a ruined lunar research station. His job is protecting the childlike android Diana while fighting rogue AI. In one emotional moment, she gives him a crayon drawing of the two of them together as a little family. Even streamers who say at the start they didn't want kids end up breaking down happy in tears. So what's really interesting about this is all of these unfuckable losers in the gaming sphere always talk about like starting families and stuff. And I don't understand like why this has become a thing that they care about. Like, if you're a gamer, you should care about.
It's kind of sad. I actually like saw like some of the comments and stuff actually having positive stuff about the games and stuff, and they're unfortunately been oversaturated by the the Hassan fans, unfortunately.
That you actually experience. You should care about things that you actually enjoy, right? If you're a lonely gamer who has never been around a woman and will never have sex with a woman, why do you care?
I love when there's like a one guy who's just like having tears and question mark.
About having children or like riding for having children, like it's just not something that you're gonna experience ever for your life, for the rest of your life, right? This is something that I never understand.
Wow, maybe there's a reason people are yearning to start a family and can't afford to have one and can't seem to find a partner. They feel alienated from their work and atomized from their community. If only there was a political commentator around to speak about all this. Oh well, guess not. First of all, the only care about something if it affects you is extremely libertarian coded and also very weird coming from a guy who understandably wants everybody to care about a genocide that is happening across the ocean. Second of all, what is this nihilistic horseshit? Never aspire for anything, never aim for greatness. And
I don't know what their even like deeper goal and stuff. Like I always like love to ask like if Hassan ever have like a live stream with me, like I always understand like what is your goal? What do you want people to die in the end of the day? Like you don't want them to have a family? Like what is the ultimate goal of your views and stuff? Like what are they even like propagating and stuff? Like why do they support like some of these like type of ideas and stuff? I'm actually like very interested to understand a lot of these like people, like why do they hate like incels and stuff? Why do they like really propagate this type of like weird incel and their ideas? I may be like a lot more clueless. A lot more people will probably say I'm stupid, but I'm just like very open-minded. It's like I really want to hear like why, because I'm pretty sure we're not like 100% understand other people's ideas too. So
dude, the media wants us to believe is going to save young men from the alt-right pipeline. Yeah, okay. And I love how he's like, unfuckable losers. Like, okay, congrats on the sex, bro. Check out this sex haver over here. I'm sure all those unfuckable losers could easily go to foreign brothels and pay for sex like you, Hassan. Something weird about a man who could easily check out this sex haver over here. I'm sure all those unfuckable losers could easily go to.
I've gone to a brothel, Artemis in Berlin, and had sex with the workers there. Piker said, I don't hide it. I don't give a shit. Why would I?
To foreign brothels and pay for sex like you, Hassan. Something weird about a man who could easily consensually get sex from a woman but chooses to go to a brothel. I don't know. Just saying. Also, 35? No kids? Like, I'm sorry, that just pisses me off. Like, sitting in his
That's a beautiful golden watch, man.
600 Gucci sweater. I swear I've never seen this guy in a fucking normal ass t-shirt, sitting on his high horse, looking down at people for wanting something more out of life. I don't understand how someone could be so mentally mind raped that this is their reaction to such like a simple, wholesome concept. Like literally, no joke, the entire meaning of life is somehow confusing to Hassan Piker. Anti-natalist. If I saw a child that looked like that, I'd probably attack it. I felt like hitting her. The right-wing nutjobs seeing this and feeling paternal instincts are just predators. The only instinct I feel as a man right now is self-defense. I want to kill it. Yes, the ones saying they want to protect a kid are the predators, not the ones saying they want to kill it. The only thing I felt while watching this is pure bloodlust for that annoying creature. I hate children so much. Before you come at me, yes, I'm a 35-year-old crazy cat lady and proud of it. Stay mad. First of all,
It's actually very interesting, like how a lot of these like ideas are not actually very, not like it's not. This has been going on for decades and decades. For even like within our Filipino culture and stuff. Like there's actually a weird hatred towards children. Like even if you don't know, friends, like as I'm watching in my younger years, I actually learned a true story about Pinocchio and stuff. Like Pinocchio was actually like uh, a bad toy and stuff. Like he actually like pranks a lot of like he pranks a lot of like the children and stuff. He even like killed the cricket, like Jiminy the cricket, like used to be his guidance in the cartoons of Disney and stuff. But in the real life, in the book, he actually killed him, and I think he even like tried to torture a cat too. Like it's actually very awful and sad. And he tried to, I guess, off himself in the end of the book. I think it's actually very very fascinating because the author at that point too, like he has a deep hatred when it comes to like children and stuff, which is actually a very interesting, like how this hatred towards children has been propagated like very very long time. It's actually very sad, like how this ingrains us to have this type of beliefs, even like growing through the future. It's actually very awful to have this type of beliefs, man. Hopefully we can have this change for us for the better, hopefully. So yeah, it's actually just, this is very sad, man. I really hope that this will change, that we can have like a hopefully loving family in the future.
every time you see a little smiley face like that, that's how you know that person is madder than they've ever been in their entire life. Listen, obviously, if you simply don't want kids, that's fine. Like, whatever. Not everyone wants kids. Not everyone wants to be a parent. But the societal attitude...
It is also like a little bit of hassle, but man, like the joy of just having there for them and just like having them sleep and reading bedtime stories, that's so cool, man. And cooking food, oh my god. My dad used to cook me food, and like, man, I want to be like my dad, man. Like I want to like cook food. I want to like present them like the best food they could ever love. We could play video games together. I want to like discover what do they even like interested in this world. Because like I love to learn with my children too. Like there are things that I don't know about them. So I actually love to have that someday. But yeah, I don't know about my life yet. So I'm yet to see where my life goes. Maybe I can have a family, maybe I don't. So it's pretty unfortunate that sometimes like a lot of things you do in life that you don't get the things that you wanted, but you can still get what you want, I guess, in a whole different way that you didn't even expect it. So life is full of surprises, I guess. That's why they call it presents.
And obviously, if you simply don't want kids, that's fine. Like, whatever. Not everyone wants kids. Not everyone wants to be a parent. But the societal attitude, the difference between men and women here, how they handle this situation is so, like, fascinating to me.
I'm probably never having kids. I'm probably gonna play video games for the rest of my life. I'm probably gonna be as hot for as long as I can. And I'm probably gonna keep making money. That's probably what's gonna happen for the next 40 years until I... People are just gonna keep being mad at me about it. Menopause is gonna hit me like a brick wall, but at least I will...
That's totally fine. Like, that's, their prerogative. I'm pretty sure this is Valkyrie. So yeah, you can believe what you believe. You can have fun when you have fun, but god damn, man, dying alone is not funny. Dying alone is not funny, man. Like even when I was like a high school student, like I really like, even at that point, I even have a self-belief that I don't want to die alone, man. Like it's so depressing and sad. Like I already like see it when I was young. It's so sad. That's why I actually want, if I want to die, I wish like I have there for my family and my friends, and I want them to like have the best life of their own. So that's like my inspiration. And if I want to die, I want to die like that, man. I want to like surrounded making some jokes in my final moments. That's actually pretty cool to like see like how much we all been through, and we're always like here together. Like if I die, man, like don't put me on a like I guess on a tube where while I'm unconscious and stuff. Like make me conscious, make me like have my final days with my family. I'll make every second of that moment last, man, because I'm going to miss them. I'm going to miss this world that I love.
Back until then. You don't want kids? I'll do it whenever I want. I don't think I'm running out of time.
Absolute delusion. I feel like a lot of men in this situation are like, damn, I wish I had a family. That sucks. Women overcompensate
Yeah.
and they pretend to be proud of it, and it just comes off as really.
It's kind of like independence and stuff. Like I can also see that. Like it is such a hassle to also be like the child bearer. And it's not easy to also give birth to a child. It's kind of unfortunate, actually. It's actually heartbroken for me too, for like a woman. Like you have to give birth and stuff, and you have to have this type of harsh responsibilities for the world, and even finding a great partner is not easy too. So I do feel sad about that too. But I don't know like what the woman's equivalent of that in their life. Like having a very good partner in their life too. Like I hope they have a good life in them, even though through a lot of struggles and stuff. So yeah, it's just so sad.
Kind of sad. And I guess it's like,
Yeah.
as a woman for a long time, it's like, oh, you're too young to have kids. Don't have kids. It will ruin your life and your body and your career. Don't have children. And then all of a sudden you hit a certain age and it's like, your eggs, ma'am. I get it. It's frustrating. I get it. I hid my pregnancy from the internet. Nobody knew I was pregnant. Well, some of you guessed because I was fat as fuck. But anyway, I hid it from the internet. And while I was like 5 months pregnant, I was getting tweets from like groypers and like, TikTok, your eggs are drying up. But this like, you haters, I got my cats. Enough. Stop spreading that attitude. Stop being a crab.
There's actually a very interesting thing about like being pregnant for women too, that I've learned, that their breasts actually enlarge when they're pregnant. It's actually very interesting stuff. So yeah, you can know when a woman is pregnant when their breast is actually larger than they looks.
Even if you don't have children, that's fine. You could find other meaning in your life, obviously. But don't encourage that type of mindset. The amount of anti-natalist propaganda young men and young women see nowadays is like insane. But the biggest anti-natalist propaganda has to be like $3,000 rent, $2,000 daycare, and student debt, honestly. Like, if we're being honest. It's just sad because like...
I'm pretty sure the best anti-natalist, I didn't know about the natalist is idea of like not having children and stuff. It's actually a very dark idea and stuff to begin with. But I guess the best propaganda just to say is like, hey, you have problems, don't have children. Things are very bad in economic wise, don't have children, man. But it's kind of weird, like how much the baby boomers and like World War II and stuff, like how much very bad that was at that time. And a lot of people like have this, like, that's why they have like, it's called the generation of baby boomers, because a lot of like population just boom at that time. I guess because of the economical prospect and like prosperity and even like hope and stuff that actually make people encouraged. But I guess during this time, people are more negative oriented, unfortunately. So I guess that's also like why we are propagated to have these like ideas and stuff to have no longer have family. That's actually pretty sad because we're actually living in the best part of our lifetime. Yeah, economic wise, it's not good, but look around you, man. Like you have cities, you have like, I guess like water and stuff is cool. Like having to clean and stuff, having food, buying food is also very like cheap. You can travel around the world. It's actually very fascinating, and you can learn on the internet. It's crazy.
Through all of history, like imagine your ancestors, they've been through like war and famine, and you're just gonna end your bloodline because the rent is too high. But it's understandable. They don't feel like they can support a child. They can barely.
Yes, that is so crazy. But the hardest thing is also like finding a woman to begin with, like not actually easy to find a partner. Actually, like watch, Dr. K, Healthy Gamer GG. It's actually the part that they actually struggle with is actually like they've been like collectively like learning for a lot of men to have like, their career and stuff, how to be happy and stuff. They're actually very successful to that, but they're actually like failing on how to have like a relationship and stuff, like how to even have like women friends, or like even having like a partner to begin with, or having dates. It's actually kind of crazy like how hard it is like in today's world. I think times are really just changing, like women have a different mindset, unfortunately. Here in the Philippines, I think it's pretty normal. Like a lot of women are just like they just like live their life and just go to college and stuff. But the but the most common ideas here in the Philippines, especially cultural stuff too, is like you need to finish school in order to have like a girlfriend or boyfriend and stuff, which is actually a very fascinating idea to have like prevent you from having like to prevent you to have like a I guess relationship and stuff after, but only afterwards if you're done like having school and stuff. It's actually a very fascinating like idea and stuff. But even today, like my sister already have a boyfriend, but I am still single. But I'm pretty sure like the boyfriend in that case is also like I guess pretty open and stuff. So I'm not that type of guy.
support themselves, especially on one income, like how it used to be. Those days are gone. You know, if I was president and I wanted to make America great again, that would be the thing I focus on the most. But no, we have to do another bullshit war in the Middle East. Okay, whatever. We're not going into that, not in this video.
Lots of strange reactions to this game. Let's clear some things up. Childless men do not have paternal instincts the way childless women have maternal instincts. Men first experience paternal instincts once they have their own children, and typically, those maternal instincts are only ever felt for their own children and no one else's. Men are-
If we propagate this type of like ideas in the future, we're really just like try to have this type of like I guess beliefs to be regurgitated in the future generations, man. I'm pretty sure like a lot of like men or women in this case like have a paternal instincts, because I'm pretty sure even as a human tribe we always like try to protect the women and children and stuff. So yeah.
Men don't gush over cute kids in public. Men don't have baby fever. If a man wants to possess a child for any reason other than a
The main reason why we don't express those type of emotions because unfortunately societally we're not allowed to do that. That's why if you see like a lot of I guess gay people and gay couples and stuff, they're more likely to be very, you know, they're very like expressive and stuff. They love like having, they love like, I guess like hugging and kissing your own children and stuff. But that actually makes sense because they're not like, guess what do you call this? Like, they're not like bounded by the societies around them. They're not like judged and stuff like because you know like if like gay people are like okay and allowed to do that, but if you do that as a man you are gay. You know what I'm saying?
own lineage, he's likely a predator. What? Okay.
I think this really like destroys us because I actually like heard this friends from history and stuff too that all of this actually started because of the Christian values in the past. Because in Christian values, like in the past, you used to be like gay thing is actually okay. Like in Egyptian ages, like it's actually okay for you to like hug your fellow comrades in the back in the days, and like even during those type of relationships too, like women and men are more likely to just interact with them. But when it comes to the church and stuff, they actually try to put some restrictions of like who is allowed to marry someone and like how they are allowed to get married and stuff, and like even women are very chastised during those like ages and stuff. So we actually still believe those type of like cultures still today. Like I guess we call it the Western culture and stuff, but I think it's also like a religious belief and stuff. I think we should like really get out of that type of belief and just make people, you know, naturally fell in love rather than like dictating like who to fall in love with, or even like how to even make families to begin with. Like even in Japan, that's why they have like struggles when it comes to having birth rate because of their also culture stuff like work-based culture.
First of all, even from like anecdotal common sense, this is just not true. This is obviously bullshit. Research literally shows that childless men experience like the desire for fatherhood almost just as much as childless women experience the desire for motherhood. Apparently, young men want children more than young women do nowadays.
Yeah, that's actually the interesting part about this, friends. But because men can also like when they have a breakup, they actually have more chances of getting a heart attack, like dying from a very interesting heart attack about like breaking up. So us men are actually more towards like wanting to have a family, having to have like a children and stuff. Like we're actually more engaged of the relationship of a life that we have. That's what we always like nurture and stuff. For women, they don't actually have that type of belief. Like I don't know what they actually try to strive for, because for a man, like we really want to have a family. That's why if you have a divorce from your, you know, wife and stuff, like your beliefs are like changes. Like, you know, I lost a life at that point. Like I I didn't lost like my wife, I didn't lost my children, I lost a life, like I lost everything at that point. And not only that, economically wise too, you're getting hammered because I think, as I've heard, that American laws can also like have this way for a man to pay more dividends, I guess, for the family, even though wife your wife and children are now separate. It's actually pretty sad. Like, actually, it's actually disgusting.
Men, including childless men, exhibit caregiving, protective responses to infants, even if they're not their own. All through history, men have protected, mentored, even died for kids that weren't their own. Also, with this logic, like, uncles, stepdads, adoptive fathers, like, anyone like that is a predator. Like, men just have the protector gene, and this game just activates it. It's really not deeper than that. Yes, it's true men don't have maternal instincts, but men do have paternal instincts. There's a reason this game is about protecting her from evil robots in space and not like, I don't know, breastfeeding her. Yes, women and men are different. And I like a huge factor in this very popular trope is that the man gradually develops paternal instincts over the child despite his stoic, emotionally distant, masculine nature. These gamers,
even a lot of stories that is also romantic and stuff, like men are always stoic until a woman arrives and then shit hits the fan.
Experiencing that through the main character. If Capcom's goal with Pragmata was to make everyone who plays this game want to be a parent, then they've done an amazing job. I always sit back when Diana starts playing and think to myself, so this is what it's like to have a daughter? She's so cute. And for the record, yes, that is what having kids is like. It's also not so fun stuff and lots of responsibility, but the good parts completely outweigh the bad and make it all worth it. There were hundreds of tweets from people, mostly childless people, mind you, being like, that's not what having a child is like, actually, you stupid gamer. It's actually terrible.
I actually want them to explain like what makes having a child hard, or what are their ideas of having a family, like, like what is like for them if they have a baby, what do they feel about that? Like, they're very antagonized when it comes to like, Diana and stuff. Like, what if they have their own Diana, like, that's like a pretty sweet thing. You have your own Diana and stuff. Actually, very sweet stuff. But yeah, like, I actually want to like go with their ideas and stuff. I really want to understand. Like, I don't get it. There's something that I'm missing here.
Terrible and awful. Men like this view having a daughter like having a pet dog. Once she grows up and isn't a cute little girl anymore, they'll begin to resent her.
I still love like old dogs. Like, I love my dog. His name is like, I think his name is like no, it's not Taffy. I forgot his name. Chulo. His name is Chulo. He's so funny dog, man. Like, he really loves like going on like water and stuff. Like, when there's like a beach, he loves jumping and stuff. But lately, he's now a lot older. He's now more calm. Kind of sad. Like, his like magic and like his magical stuff that he used to be like a young dog. Like, he used to like having fun and stuff. I still like love him in the day. It's actually pretty sad. Like, he never had like his own type of puppy. So yeah, it's just like a single incel. So kind of reflected on how life it is. But yeah, it's actually sad to see him like very single and don't have his own type of like family stuff. Not like a lot of like our other dogs like have other like puppies and stuff. I actually want him to like have a puppy on his own. It's actually pretty sad.
Men really do want kids the way kids want a puppy. All the fun, but none of the responsibilities. I don't like the way you guys talk about children. Like,
I think there's still like a responsibilities when it comes to like dogs and stuff. Like, I even tried to like walk Chulo in this case. Like, I walk him around the stuff because they are basically chained most of their lives. So I try to like walk around them, around the house so that they can like poop and stuff, or like, I guess, pee and stuff.
They aren't toys. People will lose their minds when they realize that kids aren't like a dog or cat. They're a goddamn nightmare. Watching a child play with a toy and actually raising a child are two completely separate things. Kids are adorable when they're calm and playful, but little demons when they're screaming, snotting, and destroying your shit and keeping you up at night.
I'm pretty sure the children are like that because you're not taking care of them pretty well, like, you didn't try to, I guess, engage some kind of like rules and stuff, or like managing like how they are even like, playing some games and stuff, or how they're very much racketeering in your life and stuff. Especially you didn't organize a pretty well, I guess, schedule for them. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that's why they're also like very, I guess, freestyle.
Children is easy and fun. It's not so fun when they're pissing and shit and crying nonstop. Do you have kids? No, and I got my tube side 3 years ago, but thanks for asking. Wow, Diana's so cute. Maybe I want kids one day. Did you know they poop and pee and cry? Why this compulsive need to counter signal this? Watching a fictional kid play with toys for a few seconds and thinking that's what it's like raising an actual human being is probably a sign you have zero idea what it really looks like being a parent, and you should not base your decision off a video game character. Wait, wait, this community note. OP is an e-girl with an OnlyFans account. You stupid gamers don't get it. Doom scrolling TikTok and having multiple failed situationships is true happiness. Children are a burden. Nobody is saying parenting is easy. Nobody said that. All the parts parents say are the best parts. All the parts parents say are worth it. That is what people are seeing and yearning for. They have this like insane compulsion to attack anything that's like remotely pro-family, I guess because it culturally clocks as conservative. So you have to just shun it and mock it, or else you're doing a fascist propaganda or something. This whole thing has just been a litmus test for humanity. On one side, people who long for love and meaning and human connection desire deeper things and they're in touch with their humanity. And on the other side, miserable, insane freaks who want to destroy everything pure and wholesome.
Yeah, I don't know what their goal even is. Like, this is what I'm always like thinking about. Like, what are they even thinking about the future and stuff, man? Like, damn.
Guidelines, normal people who just think this is a fun game. Yeah, that's probably most people. I think we're a little too online sometimes. So we have established that the broveries have been activated by this game, but is the male biological clock real? Unlike women who are born with a specific number of eggs, men create sperm all their life. Right now, as we—
No, I'm pretty sure, as I said, like, biological clock of man is more existential than biological by nature. For women, it's more biological. For men, it's more existential.
speak, your balls are creating sperm. Men can technically get someone pregnant all their life. And by someone, I mean a woman, not a femboy. You can't get a femboy pregnant. Stop trying. Sperm quality tends to decline over time. Lower sperm count and more DNA damage to the sperm occurs. These changes usually start after 35 to 40 years old.
I think if I was like, I heard like in the Jurassic Park movie that they always make all the dinosaurs female, but it's kind of weird because they still like have a way to, I guess, still having like eggs and stuff. So I think it's best for them to all be male instead of females.
So as men age, the risk of passing on genetic mutations increases. Similar to maternal age, higher paternal age has been associated with autism, schizophrenia, basically being a ShoeOnHead fan, and other rare genetic disorders, as well as the chance of miscarriage rates being higher. So when red pill manosphere people tell you like, oh, you have all the time in the world to have children, bro, focus on yourself, queen, get that bag, like, technically, they're correct. Physically, you do have all the time in the world, but that doesn't mean you should wait. Having kids is more than the ability to reproduce. You want energy to chase a toddler around. You want your kids to have their father in their life for a long time. You want to see your kid graduate and maybe have children of their own. You want to give your parents grandchildren. You don't want to be a super old dad or mom, but if that's how it happens, that's how it happens, and that's great.
It's kind of interesting. I'm pretty sure she's reading also like her own like prompt and stuff. So that's really fascinating, like her ways of recording videos. For me, like I just do this like very authentic and stuff. Like I made mistakes in the way that I speak. So yeah, I just made mistakes, you know. I've been like have like very pausing and stuff and have very extremely minimal edits and stuff because I unfortunately don't have time in the world, unfortunately. Because I also like have arts and stuff that I've been doing in the background. So yeah.
Hallmark movie, but it should not be the ideal for men and women. Like, if you are in a stable relationship, get married and have kids as soon as possible. Honestly, it's the stable relationship part I think people are having the most trouble with. It's easy to be like, find a wife and get married and have kids, bro, and it's like
happy ever after.
From where? The wife store? Listen, I believe you will have that one day, Anon. I believe you will have that wife and daughter or son. You will have a little Diana of your own one day.
That's so wholesome, man. I never heard like even like ShoeOnHead like having some very positive like ways of like inspiring people. I never actually heard him. She always like joke and stuff. I never actually like saw her this genuine. Like as much as she's growing older when her content, she's more genuine now. Like she's more ways to, I guess, like say like very truthful and honest and more authentic and stuff rather than her like old jokey stuff in ways. So yeah, it's kind of pretty sad.
Listen, I believe you will have that one day, Anon. I believe you will have that wife and daughter or son. You will have a little Diana
That's pretty sweet.
of your own one day. You will hang those drawings on your fridge. Don't blackpill, don't doom. We're all gonna make it. Same to you ladies watching. If I can make it, you can make it. So what did you guys think of this?
I mean, humanity make it through all of the war and stuff. So and all of the violence and stuff, and all of the predators that used to like hunt us in the African wildlands and stuff. So yeah, we've been through a lot, man, and we're always gonna make it. Hopefully, you're gonna make it. I'm gonna make it. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it together. That's the important part. We're gonna make it together. That's always about humanity, man. Together.
Have you played Pragmata? Did you like it? Did it make you feel those fatherly or motherly instincts? Is your biological clock ticking? Do you have baby fever? If you like this video, please subscribe, and if you can, donate to my Patreon, link down below. All Patreons get the raw, uncensored new video. Child sexy! A day before it comes out, and I'm going to start doing
I'm just gonna skip a little bit on the end, like what she even like
live
said there.
streams for Patreon members only, so that should be fun. And I will see you guys soon with a new video, a slot video, hopefully.
Huh? Okay.
Why is the child sexy?
That's usually not a good thing. But yeah, friends, so hopefully like you enjoyed the video and stuff. Like I really enjoyed it myself too. Like it's really gave me like a lot of perspective and stuff about like having a family and stuff. And oh my god, the video is now 1 hour and stuff. But yeah, you know me, like I always have this like 1 hour videos and stuff. But yeah, it's actually it makes me like a lot think, like it makes me like question like a lot of these type of, I guess, Twitter cells. For sure, can we call them incels too? Because they are pretty like, I guess, extremists with their ideas. I don't know what to even call them, man. Like there's no word for them. But I guess just call them like Twitter propagandists, I guess. But yeah, they're pretty extreme with their beliefs, man. I really like interested of like what their overall goal in this case, even stuff that they're trying to like, I guess, inspired and stuff, like try to like say on the internet stuff. Or I'm pretty sure they're just doing this for likes even, but I don't know. It is pretty confusing and stuff, but it's also pretty wholesome to like see like a lot of men and stuff do yearn that type of like having a family within your life, which is actually very sad that it's a struggle to even like, for in today's world, to even like having like family and stuff. Like even I am very lonely and stuff. Like it's very depressing to like have that, man. Like hopefully you don't die alone in your gamer chair right there, or even like watching this video right now. Yeah, you can always like have, hopefully you can find the friends that you have. Always having friends, man. Like I actually like here like having a lot of friends, always like having a group of friends that you give like a lot of chances for you to like, I guess, communicate with them, or even like have a chance to set up. There's actually like an interesting way that women friends like love setting up for their other women friends to be engaged with this other dude that they're suggesting and stuff. It's actually very interesting. So yeah, friends, hopefully you can have your friends. Hopefully I can have my own friends too, because I'm lonely as fuck. But also you can also have your own family in the futures, and hopefully I wish you luck in your own life, but I wish myself a luck on my life too. So yeah, friends, thank you for watching and good evening.